It's coffee time.
Good morning, guys. It is Sunday, and after the reading marathon that I had yesterday, reading the 5 Shivers books, today we are going to start something different. We're going to finally start the Final Girl support group by Grady Hendrix. I've been dying to dive into this one and see what I think about it, because his last book, The Southern Book Club Guide of Slaying Vampires, something like that, was not as amazing for me as it was for many people. So I am really curious to see what I think about this one, since it is a theme that I tend to really enjoy, you know, Final Girls. And I don't know, I'm really excited to discover how it is. I haven't read any reviews, I haven't heard anything, so I'm just going into it blind and we will discover it together. But before we start the book, I decided, before I get too Sunday lazy on the couch and I don't feel like going out, I'm gonna go out for a walk now to move a little bit my body today, and I'm gonna be listening to an audiobook that I have been listening lately, which is The One by John Mars. I'm really enjoying the audiobook of that. I really love this story. So yeah, we're gonna go out, listen to the audiobook, walk for a little bit, and then come back home and start our book. Back home, I made coffee, and here is our naked copy of the book. I really like the red chair, and I was just quickly reading the synopsis that you get inside of the dust jacket, and honestly it still gives me so much Final Girls by Riley Sager vibes. So I'm really curious to see how different this story is going to be compared to Final Girls, because Final Girls is also about a couple of girls that have survived a massacre, and they have been the only survivor, and how they cope with that, and how they move on with their lives, and how they become these kind of media attraction, and how they navigate through all of that. And even though they don't go to like a support group, they do know each other, and also one of them suddenly gets killed years later, and that's what triggers the whole story of Final Girls by Riley Sager. So this one sounds similar. We shall see how it is. I am really excited / scared to go into it, but I am happy to finally be able to jump into this book. Hello guys. As you can see, the sun is shining outside. It's a really good summer day outside, so I feel like I'm still gonna go out today to try to get a little bit more of that sun. And I wanted, before I go though, to update you on the book that I'm reading, the Final Girl support group. So we are currently in page 86, which means I read a little chunk of the book. I just wanted to get a really good idea of how the book is like before I gave you guys an update and a little bit my thoughts on those first like 80 something pages. One of the things that I really enjoy about the story is that we are introduced to different characters. We are following a total of 7 final girls that are meeting with Dr. Carol for therapy, and they've been meeting to this therapy group for like the last 16 years. They were victims of an attack in the 80s and they were the only survivors, and since then they have been dealing with the trauma, with PTSD, and with the media that is very aggressive and would do anything, you know, like stalk them, lie to them in order to get information. So the character that is talking directly to us is called Lynette. She is one of those survivors that survived a massacre in the 80s, and she is explaining how her life has changed since then. She wears short hair because she doesn't want anybody pulling her hair. She describes how the way that she dresses, the way that she does things has changed. She takes like different routes back home because she doesn't want anybody to be able to follow her. Like all of this paranoia, all of this trauma, how it has affected her life, that she cannot really trust anybody, and the only people that she feels comfortable with are the other final girls and Dr. Carol, because they've been meeting for the last 16 years, but also because it has been such a long time. It's been 16 years. Some of the girls of the group are considering not going to the sessions anymore because it seems that the only thing that happens in these sessions is there's always confrontation between them. They are always snapping at each other, so they're kind of thinking if it's even worth it to still go to the sessions. But of course we're already gonna have a twist in our story when Adrienne does not show up to the last meeting, and the girls will soon discover that she has been brutally murdered. Now they're all going to, you know, panic a little bit about this situation, especially Lynette. She is really scared. She thinks that somebody is targeting the final girls, that somebody is coming to finish them off, and she always has a plan B. I really like Lynette as a character because she is prepared for anything, or so she thinks, and I really like characters that are really prepared for things. It's probably because of my OCD and the way that I always like to have everything planned, and I always like to have also plan B and C for everything, so I kind of see myself in some of her behavior, even though of course our stories are completely different. But I'm really enjoying the story. I can of course not tell you everything. I'm being a little bit vague with certain things, but so far I'm really loving it. I feel like the different type of girls, their different personalities is something really nice to see, and I'm hoping that we're still going to explore the other girls a little bit more, because the story is really centered in Lynette and her story and not so much on the other girls. So now it's time to take a break from reading this particular book. I think I'm gonna go outside, just enjoy a little bit the sun, and I'm gonna walk to my gym. I was not really planning to go to the gym today, but I feel like it would be good to make just 45 minutes of cardio on the bike, and while I'm on the bike I can read, and I'm gonna bring my Kindle for that. It's just easier to read from your Kindle when you're at the gym. And I'm gonna be reading Come With Me because I'm just like 20% into the book and I am absolutely loving it. So I also really want to know what happens in that book. So I think I'm gonna put this one to rest until later today, and we're gonna go move our bodies a little bit because I feel like Sundays are always such lazy days and I want to start changing that. So I'm just gonna get my gym clothes on and we're gonna go do a little bit of sports, but at the same time we're also gonna read, so it's a win-win. So Lilith and I are here to provide you with an update. I'm back from the gym and it's Monday. Update on a Monday morning. So I've been to the gym today. This is why I look so crusty right now. I've had a shower and sadly I still have to work for a couple more hours until I can keep reading and provide you an update of my reading. But so far I'm really enjoying the book, and yeah, just giving you a quick update before it is already Monday evening, which is probably when you're gonna get my next update. Quick update on a Monday afternoon, even though there is not too much that I can tell you because I'm trying to be, like I've mentioned before, really vague because I don't want to mention too many things, spoil things in the book. So I'm currently in page 152. So far I'm really enjoying it. We are still following our main character Lynette. However, we do get still to see a little bit more of snippets of the lives of the other final girls, and we do get some information of things that have happened to the other girls as well. And currently, of course, because there is a new threat for our final girls, they are advised to just lay low, to kind of hide and wait it off. But of course, Lynette is determined to find out who is targeting them right now, who is coming for them, because she knows that in order to survive she has to do something as a final girl. So I really like to see the character of Lynette kind of trying to take control, even though a lot of things are kind of making it really difficult for her to really get control over the situation. Yeah, there's a lot of things happening at the moment. It's quite action-packed from the beginning, and new things are thrown into the mix, so it's kind of keeping the book entertaining so far. However, I'm only 43% into the book, and last year when I read the Southern Book Club's Guide of Slaying Vampires, I was super invested, loving the book until we got towards the end, and then I ended up not enjoying the end so much, like the last chapters, and it was just not what I expected, what I wanted, and it was a little bit of a letdown for me. So I'm trying not to get my hopes too up because I know that towards the end things can change, because of course I'm expecting some twists and turns and I don't know if they're going to be for me. So I'm kind of, you know, being cautious, but so far really enjoying it. I'm gonna take a reading break right now. The workers are gone, so I can do all the things around the house and have a proper shower and stuff like that now that they're gone, and nobody's gonna peek inside. So yeah, I'm just gonna chill for the rest of the day and take care of all the things around the house. Hi guys, welcome to my living room. I just finished recording my spoiler-free movie review for The Forever Purge, which is gonna be up my other channel if you're interested by the time you see this video. So I just wanted to give you a quick update today because today has been cray and I have not had time at all to update you guys. Last night I had water come into my apartment through one of the new windows, so I've had workers come this morning to fix the problem. Anyways, it's been a mess, so I've been really busy today. I just wanted to update you on the final girl support group. We are currently in page 228, so we're making progress, and there is not much that I can tell you because we will be going into spoiler territory, but there's been a couple of things that have happened that I can see a lot of people having a problem with that because there are sensitive topics. There are some things that have happened that could be considered iffy, that could be considered bad taste. So I've decided I'm going to put for you guys some trigger warnings in the description down below in case you want to check it out or not, because I know those can be spoilers, so it is free for you to decide if you want to check it out. In horror in general, especially in adult horror, we're going to see sometimes that the authors are going to push some boundaries. They're going to try to cross some lines to shock us, to create some sort of discomfort. Do they go too far sometimes? Perhaps. But anyways, like I said, I'm going to leave trigger warnings down below for those of you that would like to know before venturing into this book. So we have been learning more about our final girls, about their background stories, especially about Lynette, which is something that I appreciate because it's kind of helping me understand more certain behaviors of her as a character, certain decisions that she makes. I always love when we are slowly revealing things from the past of our main characters, and then there's a lot of things that start to make sense about the character, the decisions, things that she says, things that she has done. So I'm really enjoying to get to know Lynette as a character. I also feel like she is a character that is a little bit morally gray. I still don't know if I love her, if I fear her, if I should despise her. And I think that's one of the beauty things about character development. I love when a character is not black or white. I love when a character makes me feel uncomfortable, when a character sometimes makes me love them, but then at the same time I'm unsure about my feelings, because it makes me want to keep reading. I hope this made sense. But anyway, this is how far we are in the book, so I will keep reading tonight and probably get back to you guys tomorrow with an update. Alright guys, so I just finished recording a video for the channel, and I decided now that we have the setting, it's the perfect time to finish and wrap up our reading vlog, because I was able to finish The Final Girl support group by Grady Hendrix, in kind of same as with his release last year, the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires. I am a little bit conflicted. I really appreciated a lot of things about this book. I think it had really good messages. I think it did a really good job to bring us a really nice, fun slasher. I thought it was a pity that we only really get to know Lynette a lot as a character, but not the other girls so much, and it's something that I would have loved to see. I also love that there is many horror references to horror movies, and you're going to be able to see them if you're a horror fan like myself. And so I really loved a lot of things about the book. It was very bloody. I found the final face-off really cool. However, one of the things that I didn't like so much about this book is all of the twists and turns. Now, I like a good book that gives me a punch at the end, or has a really disturbing, interesting, unexpected twist or turn of events. But this book, I feel like in the third part of the book, in the last third, there were so many that at some point I was just done with it. And they were not like extremely unexpected, surprising, disturbing, and I just felt like it was just to keep giving you twists and turns. But I don't know, it was not one of those twists at the end that really gives you that last punch. The feeling that I have with Riley Sager's books, you know, that I really didn't see it coming, and I'm like, oh, sometimes my jaw drops. I didn't have it with this book, even though all the twists and turns that we got. So I just feel like they didn't land for me, but it's just my personal opinion. Maybe somebody else is reading the book and they're getting surprised and wowed by all the twists and turns, and they're absolutely loving it. So in the end, I have decided to give this book between 3.5, pushing it probably to a 4, because I did like it more than the other Grady Hendrix books that I have read so far. I think it's probably more because of the thematic of the book, because we deal with a true crime, final girls. There is many slasher references of horror movies, and it does get really bloody and intense at times, and it is very action-packed. There's a lot of things happening all the time. So it has a lot of good things going for it, but I didn't love it as much as I hoped for. So in the end, did I enjoy the book? Yes. Would I recommend it to people? Yes. Did I love it as much as I hoped for? No. So I was kind of hoping this would be a 5 for me, and it wasn't, but it was still a very good solid slasher, and it's going to be something that a lot of people are gonna love, I'm sure of it. It's all personal preference at the end of the day with books or movies or anything like that. So wrapping up the vlog here, I hope that you enjoyed to hear my thoughts on the book. If you've read the book, let me know down below what you thought of it, and if you have not read it yet, let me know if you are considering picking it up or not. Also, I'm really curious to know which one is your favorite Grady Hendrix book. Let's talk about it in the comments. I hope that you enjoyed the vlog. Please give the video a big thumbs up for support, and I will see you all in our next vlog or our next coffee time. Bye!